All right, I've opened up another tab so that you can see side by side how the checklist was built and how it looks in the transaction. So on this right side is the screen where the checklist is being built. You can see that it applies to the seller side in prep mode with the name of Awesome Demo Checklist. As we continue, we'll see the actual details. So on the right side is where the checklist is being created, and on the left is how it looks in the transaction. So you note in the transaction that all 4 goals are grouped under this prep status. So we have the paperwork, the home prep, the marketing, and the exceptional client experience goals. If we wanted to add a 5th, we can easily do that. Now, within each goal, we have multiple tasks. We can expand each of these goals to see the tasks underneath them. To give us a bit more room, I'm just going to expand this slightly. Okay, so we have those tasks that we completed earlier. Now we talked about 4 different types of tasks: the standard task, the appointment task, the multiple options or multi-select task, and the single option or single select task. Forwarding the signed listing agreement to my team and my broker was an example of that standard task. It just had the complete button. We also had a reminder goes here show up. That wasn't visible on the page itself, but it was in the pop-up. All right, now moving on, you may recall we asked a question about is the home in an HOA? If I scroll down to that in my Smart Checklist, that will provide an opportunity to show you the single option tasks. So here you can see is the listing in an HOA with our question, and the options were yes and no. Now, had I chosen yes, then the system would have triggered my next task of requesting HOA docs. But because I chose no, the system knew that I needed to finish this branch of my workflow. You see, the single option and the multi-option allowed tasks are really the connective tissue that make our checklists so smart. We had 2 tasks here: request HOA docs, and then add those docs to our disclosure packet. So requesting HOA docs was due 2 business days after we completed this task is the listing in an HOA. And then this task for adding HOA docs to the disclosure packet was due 5 business days after we completed the task requesting the HOA docs. Therefore, the system automatically knows that this task requires this task to be completed first. So because this task is pending that task's completion, when we chose a different option, both of those tasks got deleted. Now jumping ahead or zooming down, we had some tasks under home prep. In the home prep goal, we had a task to hang the combo box and to capture the lockbox combo. We chose it from this list. Once we choose an item, that will be required as a data entry field in order to complete this task. So in capturing the lockbox combo, the system now knows that variable or that additional info in the context of this transaction. You can think of this as like a mail merge field in your CRM, right? First name or last name to copy into an email template. So you can triple click on this to capture everything, including those little squiggly brackets, and copy it. And then we can paste it anywhere that we want that field to show up. You can see here we have 2 different variables showing up: the lockbox combo as well as the target list date. We captured the target list date on this task above when we specified the prep required. The multiple option task works the same way as the single option, except we were allowed to choose as many as we wanted. These options down here on the left are the things that were visible to us in our task. And then we can have one or many next tasks get triggered depending on the result. If we said that we wanted home cleaning, then we could schedule home cleaning and carpet cleaning if we wanted. But in this case, we've separated out carpet cleaning so it has its own. So for each of our options, we can have one or many tasks get triggered upon completion. And we can add as many options as we want. We just need to tell the system which task within each goal should be triggered when that option is selected. Now, for your convenience, when you add a task here as a task to follow or a task to trigger once an option has been selected, we will automatically set that as the deadline date in that subsequent task. So, for example, in specify prep required and target list date, we gave an option of home cleaning and said we should trigger schedule home cleaning as our next task. Therefore, we know that scheduling home cleaning should have its deadline be some number of days after we complete the task within the home prep goal of specifying prep required and target listing date. Now this brings us to our fourth and final type of task, that appointment task. So the tasks all look the same here, except the appointment task would require you to add the appointment before you can mark your task as complete.